Hey guys, Elizabeth Quinn here again with Elizabeth's Scenes and Scents. Welcome back to my channel. Please don't forget to check out my website, which is waftingwonderfulwax.scentsy.us, where I'm Liz Quinn, your star Scentsy consultant. So today what I have for you is a little chat about what I think I'm going to club from the Bring Back My Bars. And because I'm the type of person that prefers to think ahead and then have a lot of time to take bars out, I am also going to chat with you about what I am clubbing from the Spring Summer catalog, which will not be going away until September the 1st. But there are all sorts of limited time offers plus this catalog roster that we could talk through that I think would be very helpful when it comes to club or not to club any type of bar. So this is not going to be the sort of club edit where you're going to be seeing the bars scrolling on the screen, because you get lots of those, and frankly I'm not all that good at the technology of doing the screen recording and then editing that in and all that stuff. So we're just going to talk, but I do have here both of my clubs, and I'm going to pull them up and we will talk about what I am clubbing and where and why. So first off, when it comes to your strategy with things that are limited time offer or things that are retiring for the season, always look at any bar. And I'm just going to use this month's July Provence Lavender, which will be available I think for 3 more months after its release month before this will go away. But look at any individual bar that you are running across in any catalog, any limited time offer. You can't club things that are in clearance or a flash sale, but anything that would be on the regular website of your consultant for any period of time. Each of those bars, ask yourself, if I never see this again, would I be super sad? And if the answer is yes, then I think it's probably time to either start a club or edit your club by adding those new bars. So what I am dealing with today, this is the last day of July of 2024, we had a really nice crop, 25 Bring Back My Bars for July of 2024. Now, a couple years ago, you could vote back Scentsy bars in our Bring Back My Bar program, and I think they had to be like 2 years they had to be missing from the roster. Like if you had gotten Happy Birthday in 2021, you couldn't get it back again until 2023 or 2024. But we kept getting seemingly the same group of bars back and back and back, and that was great if you like banana nut bread or you like sugar, but we couldn't seem to even scratch the surface of the myriad of wonderful retired bars that are older and a little bit less popular. So they decided to change that rule so that now you can't even vote for a scent until it has not been in Bring Back My Bar for 5 years. And then on top of it, there's also a qualification for how many sales a bar would have and blah, blah, blah. So it has greatly decreased the chances of any particular bar coming back soon if you have just seen it in Bring Back My Bar. So let's just take, for example, one of the ones that I really was so excited to get in this particular Bring Back My Bar, and that is Sea, Sun, and Fun. If you watch my channel, I've been blabbing about it for 2 months. That is a bar that I am going to make sure is in my quarterly club, and I will tell you the difference between a bar that I would consider for a club that's less frequent and a club that is more frequent. So there are 3 different styles of club that Scentsy offers. Your monthly, which I normally do not have, a bi-monthly, so you would get 6 shipments in a year every other month, and then they offer you a quarterly, so you would get it 4 times a year. And then with each of those subscriptions, you could carry all of them, 2 of them, or 1 of them. Then in a 12-month period, so let's say June of 2024, you skipped any of those clubs. Next June of 2024, you could skip it again. So you can't do it within a 12-month period, or all of these beautiful saved Always Get My Bar perk bars will disappear and you'll be a very sad little baby. But if you abide by the rules, and then you can have whatever number of clubs you want, and you can combine clubs. So let's say that you put a bunch of bars that you really like in your monthly club, and then you had a few bars in a quarterly, but you found out that you were getting buried in bars that were coming monthly, and you wanted to slow it down but not get rid of them. If you only had the 2 clubs, you could combine them at the quarterly frequency. Then let's say that after a while you decided that, wow, I would really like to get more of these bars. If you don't have another club, you could slide that quarterly to bi-monthly, or you could slide that quarterly back to monthly. Now, exactly how that plays out when it comes to the skips, I don't know. That would be a question for consultant support or for customer service, because that can get a little tricky. Personally, because I have 2 rather large clubs, I've got a bi-monthly and a quarterly, I am afraid to combine them just because of the sheer number of bars, and there are certain things that are in my bi-monthly club that I really don't want to get less than that amount in a year, and I skip each of them strategically. So in the summer, I skip my bimonthly, which is more bakery and all-purpose bars, and then I skip my quarterly, which has a lot more seasonal and Christmas-specific things in January, because I would have just gotten one in October, I get one in April, I get one in July. That's good. And if you are okay with being absolutely buried in bars, I could have those process where one time a year in the winter and then one time again a year in the summer, I get both clubs, but I don't really want to do that. So I'm glad the skip is available. So that's an awful lot of yakking about how these things work. There is no charge to set a club up. If you have questions, you can leave me comments down below, or you can find me on Instagram. The easiest way really to get a hold of me is to message me either on Facebook or Instagram. It's Elizabeth Scenes and Scents on Instagram primarily that I use for the Scentsy business. So let's get into what am I clubbing. First off, from Bring Back My Bar, and then I will tell you that this July lavender, I'm considering clubbing it, but I'm not going to do it until a little bit later in the year when I know that would be the month that the scent of the month will go away. And as I said, it's either a 3 or 4 month run. So let's say this comes out in July. It's either going to disappear in September or October. So you have a little bit of time to decide about these. So the one that's coming out in August is called Honeycrisp Harvest. And that's a very nice bar. It's very soft. It's almost like a body care, pear, amber, apple thing. It's not as sharp or as crisp as a Red Delicious that's in the Bring Back My Bar that'll end today, or say Johnny Appleseed. So you have a little bit of time with those, but things like Bring Back My Bar, it's pretty brutal because you've only got 30 days. Summer collection, I believe, will be going away in August. It just depends on the collection and the time of the year and how popular it is, and sometimes how many bars Scentsy's got left over to sell, because it's possible, I am not saying this is happening, but it's possible that we could even have holdover of Bring Back My Bars in August, and that depends on if enough of it's sold in July. But we have no clue. You just have to assume that they're leaving today, so you are not unhappy when you didn't club your bar that you wanted or you didn't order enough. So, my bi-monthly club. I will tell you all what's in here, and it's a lot. Now, almost all bars, I only carry one bar of whatever it is. I have a bar in my bi-monthly club that I carry 2 of, and that is apple butter frosting. And I have a bar in my quarterly club that I carry 2 of, and that is sweet orange and evergreen. So I have almond croissant, apple butter frosting, butter pecan. Those are my triumvirate of the best bakery bars that for my home perform super well, and they will never come out of my club, except that the last time that I melted butter pecan, I didn't like the way the oils were, and if Scentsy were to wreck the bar down the road because they changed the mix, I might pull a bar, but not because I don't love it. It'd just be because sometimes things don't smell like they should over many years because maybe they lose an oil or whatever. Simply Vanilla, Vitamin R Relax, which is amazing, Love and Happiness, Atlantic Air, which is one of my favorite fresh scents, Vanilla Waves, Tiara and Coconut, Maple Rum Cake, Saint Nickerdoodle, Sticky Cinnamon Bun, Toasted Acorn and Oak, Vanilla Cinnamon Maple, which I actually melted yesterday, and even though it was the middle of the summer, it just made me so happy. Churro Churro, great summer bakery bar. Hemingway, Ocean Air and Coconut Water, which is fabulous. The Haunted Mansion 3 Thumbs Up, which is like a really nice pumpkin spice bread scent. I'm considering editing that out after this fall. I'll see how much I have and how much I use it. Toasted Caramel Sugar, which is great. Falling Leaves, can't wait to melt a bunch of that this fall. Frosted Ginger Cookie, Apple Cherry Strudel. Now here we get into some of the ones that's kind of mixed, where they said the Father's Day collection was going away, but we can still club those. So I had put Black Tie Affair in my club. Love that bar. It's one of my top 5 of everything that we've had so far for spring, summer with the limited time offers. So that one, I could move it around because it isn't locked in. When it's locked in, you're going to get a little round symbol with a Scentsy bar in the middle and little arrows that curl around it. That means don't remove it unless you want to edit your club and get rid of it, because if you edit it out, you can't get it back. And if you have, like my 2 apple butter frosting, if I were to edit that so I only wanted 1 next month, I could never bump it back up to 2 unless they ever offered it again. So then the Endor Forest Scentsy bar, I've got one of those in here. That's locked. The Sunset Scentsy bar for Star Wars is locked. Chamomile Vanilla is also locked. Now we get to the ones that I have been throwing in and thinking about that are bi-monthly, where today would be the last day I could edit these or change the frequency of them or different quantities or whatever. Coconut Daiquiri I've got at 1 bar bi-monthly. That should be fine. Sea Salt Mist, the same. Lemon Verbena, that's in there really for my husband. Happy Go Lucky, Tropical Coconut Nectar. Now I've got this in at 2 bars, and that's because I want to get a couple. Probably melt one more, and then I may pull that one. Dark Harbor, that's staying. Dashing, now this one's from our spring-summer catalog. Dashing was a new release last fall-winter, but they're not going to have it in the fall 2024 catalog. So I've already thrown it in here so I do not forget in August. White Amber Antique is totally staying because, again, that's a bar I love from our current catalog that's not continuing forward for fall-winter. Water Lily and Bergamot is from our summer collection, and again, I just wanted to get this in here now while I was doing most of my editing, and I may pull that eventually. I really like it, though, because I was sad that Ocean's just not my bar, and the Water Lily and Bergamot is. I love it. Red Delicious is in here. That's from BBMB. Hibiscus Sunsets. I believe this is the last day where you can put in anything from our collection that was all with Epcot. There were 6 total bars, and this Hibiscus Sunsets was amazing. I've got it at 2 bars for the moment. I will pull it when I get enough. I don't think I'll carry that for forever, but I want a couple more for next year. And Sun Castles, which is in our current catalog. Phenomenal bar. Probably the Very Vanilla is the most versatile, but for wow factor, I think the Sun Castles is my favorite of our current 10 new releases. Pina Colada Cha-Cha, I always club that at the end of the season, and it's not a super strong bar, so I want more of it in a year. So either I can put it at 1 in my bi-monthly and I'll get 5 bars a year, or I could throw it into my quarterly and get do 2 and then I'd get 6 bars a year, but I like that one to come more evenly, so I've got 1 in my bi-monthly. Kukui and Coconut is the same, Cocoa Lime is the same, Bonfire Beach is the same, and then I thought I was gonna like Juicy Peach, but I just melted that again yesterday. That's leaving. That's not staying. I wanted to mix it with Sugar Cookie. The Juicy Peach is so strong that I was shocked at how I couldn't even get Sugar Cookie to represent. It's a beautiful peach, but I don't need to club it. I've got a couple bars. If it's going to be that bossy, I'm good. So I edited that one out. So what I have again from the spring-summer catalog, which you have time to club till the end of August, was Bonfire Beach, Cocoa Lime, Kukui and Coconut, Pina Colada Cha-Cha, and Dashing, and White Amber Antique. That's all in my bi-monthly. Now, they may not all stay there because there are things that I'll end up gambling on as other LTOs come out this fall and Christmas, and I'm like, and then whatever comes back for Bring Back My Bar in January. But for now, I've got them all in here. So now we're going to go to my quarterly. So I'm only going to get 3 bars a year of whatever I have in here unless I have bumped it up to a larger quantity. Farmhouse Fur, I sure hope that made it into the BBMBs, we don't know yet, for January of 25 because it's so good. Sweet Plum Pastry. And do I sometimes wish that I could just combine this and do them all bi-monthly because I don't get enough bars of these in some cases. I'm almost always out of Sweet Plum Pastry. I'm almost always out of Stroopwafel Delight. There are several in here where I wish I could combine, but then all the Christmas ones I'd have way too much because I already have way too much wax. Cozy Cashmere, Cozy Spice, Hazelnut Frosting, that is so good. Toasted Marshmallow, Cozy Chai, Vanilla Oud, that's gotta be my top prized bar of everything as far as rarity. You just can't get that bar in Region 1 anymore at all. Stroopwafel Delight, Sweet Orange Pomander, Hendrix, Red Berry and Spruce, Black Forest Pine, that's a good one. Summer Rain, Summer Holiday, Lush Gardenia, Cozy Fireside, which at one point I had bumped up to 2 bars because you know that was my Scentsy Heartbreak, but I just don't melt enough of it and the stack is ridiculous, so just 1 bar quarterly will make sure that I always have it for Christmas Eve and another day or 2, and I have 10, so we're good. Sweet Orange and Evergreen, that's the one I've got 2 of because I melt a lot of that. Autumn Blaze Maple, Vanilla Cream, Rustic Lodge, White Sands, Blue Sage and Tonka, that's for my older daughter. Saddle Up, Hometown Cowboy, Under the Oak Tree. I had my leather and suede moment with Scentsy last year. Homestead Holiday, which I have too much of that bar, but I don't dare pull it because it's one of those solo Christmas scents. Cashmere Leaves, that was a new addition last year, and I'm so glad I put it in because it did not come back. Everything Nice. Okay, now we're into the ones where most of these are current. Soft Plumeria, you can club until tonight. Sea Breeze, they already pulled that last month, but I loved that, and I wanted a couple more for next summer. Sadness from the Inside Out collection. My older daughter loved it. I don't know if I'll keep that for years, but I'll get her a stack. Open Air Exploring, it's another one where I'm debating how long I'll keep it. The Winter Bar from Star Wars, again, I'm going to melt a couple more and probably kick it, but it's there if I want it. Day on the Field, that was from Father's Day too, and I really liked it. But again, I don't know if all of those are staying for the long haul, especially as better LTOs for the fall come in, but this one's staying for good, and that's Sea, Sun, and Fun. Now, why is this in my quarterly if I love it so much, rather than bi-monthly? It's so strong, I'm not going to need that many bars. 3 bars in a year, plenty. Reggae Sunset, that's kind of on the bubble, but I like the mandarin note in it. It's the same mandarin oil, at least to my nose, as Mandarin Moon, which I did take out of my club. One of my friends, though, can supply me with that when I want one. But I really liked that bar, and it's very unique, and it took years for people to get that one back for BB&B, so it's in my quarterly to just float. Then we've got Farmer's Market. That one I definitely will not be keeping for forever, but I want to keep a few. Lime and Sugar Cane, same thing, I'm debating. White Amber and Silk, and I'm sorry there's a timer going off, but I don't want to edit this, so we're just going to live with that for the last 5 minutes of the video. White Amber and Silk is really good and really unique, and that's not coming back this fall. That's in the catalog, already threw it in my quarterly. Lemon and Lavender, Shaka, and then here are a couple more which may not survive all the way till next spring, summer, but Mountain Sunset and Mahalo Coconut. I'm debating, it's a gamble. Like, I should probably keep Mahalo Coconut in here because I'd be super sad if I lost it, but, you know. Coastal Sunset has to stay because, again, it's a strong bar, but it's not summer without it. And I'm going to delete Surfer Chick because I like it, but I didn't love it as much as I thought. So that is my edit, that is my process, and I hope that you guys really think hard, especially with the Bring Back My Bars. I'm trying to get this up before the stroke of midnight so that if you watch it, remember August 1st, they'll be gone. But anything that I was chatting with you about that has to do with the catalog, you have a whole nother month to think about that. Start a club, edit your club, because on September 1st, all the spring, summer stuff will be gone. I hope this was helpful. Have a great day, guys. God bless. Bye-bye.